We went to the dining room and one of the place setting where changed. I knew exactly who that was for. It was set with girly baby dishes and another bottle of formula. I was really wetting my diaper now and constantly. Rachel pulled out my chair and had me sit down and told me to sit on my hands and don't move them. I did, and she helped me scoot my chair in. All I could think was, this is going to be interesting. Nanny helped Rachel bring the food to the table and I just watched. Dinner smelled so good. Then I was crushed again. Nanny brought out jars of baby food and made sure I could see the labels. She said, if you want any of this really good smelling adult food, you are going to have to eat your baby food first. All I could think was I was going to throw up before I make it to the good food. Rachel came back out with one of my bibs and tied it around my neck. I know I was turning red. Nanny just laughed at me. I was still sitting on my hands and asked if I could pull the out. No, was the only response I got in stereo. They started eating and talked as if I wasn't there. I was hungry, but I didn't know if I was hungry enough for the baby food. Then without warning, Rachel grabbed one of the jars of baby food and took a little spoon and started feeding me. She didn't give me enough time to gag over the taste. Nanny watched and then spoke. Rachel, why do you want to spend your life with such an infantile shell of a man? You're sitting there feeding your husband baby food and he is letting you. He is wearing a diaper which I am sure is wet again. Once again he is accepting this. That was what she said while Rachel kept feeding me as more tears rolled down my face. Rachel took my bib and wiped my messy mouth off and pushed the nipple of my bottle into my mouth. Hold it, she said. I pulled one of my hands out and grabbed it. Both hands, honey, came out. Now I was sitting at the table drinking from a bottle like a toddler, feeling totally humiliated. Rachel turned away from me and faced Nicole. We have been together for over 20 years and we both are as in love as the day we met. He has needs that will never go away. The doctor even says that. I will take him any way he comes because I love him, and when he is not in diapers, he fulfills my needs and desires. I couldn't see my life with anyone else even under present conditions. At that point they both just looked at me. Nanny looked back at her with a smile. He does make a cute baby girl, doesn't he? Rachel responded with, yes he does. Nanny looked at me and then looked at Rachel. Then she asked, does he know anything? Nothing, Rachel responded. Nanny looked over at me and said, then it is time to fill him in. I couldn't believe what I was being told. I figured that Nanny was some sort of pro-dom who was doing Rachel a favor. It wasn't the case at all. Nanny had been looking for someone just like me to fill her needs just like mine need to be filled. Come to find out that in reality this was an interview. Rachel wasn't interviewing her, she was interviewing us. After listening for a while and Rachel asked questions, it was time to clean up. I didn't ask any questions because every time my bottle became empty it was refilled. I was really sick of formula. Almost literally. Rachel got up and told me to go and get my pacifier and come back. When I did, she asked me to clean up while she and Nicole talked. She took my bib off and put it on the table as they walked to the living room. They sat in the living room and the first thing Rachel asked was, what is it you are looking for? Nicole just sat back relaxed and said, what I just found. Rachel smiled back at her, still not know what that was. Nicole continued. Just like your husband, I have a need to have someone like him under me. The thing is, I don't want to get married and I want someone who is still functional in life. That was when I decided to look for a married couple that was stable but needed this part of their relationship to be filled. I have been interviewing couples all over the US. Giving myself 6 months to find what I am looking for without being hasty. I have a month left and I don't think I am going to look anymore.